See, me, I'm just a firm believer in divine timing, and I affirm that every day. So what's for me is already working for me. I ain't gotta chase that, I ain't gotta rush that, it's already mine. I'm on my own timeline.
You can't rush my greatness, I've been elevating daily on a mission for my people. All the love I've been receiving, oh, got me oh so dedicated to uplift the world's vibration. This is affirmation of alignment with the highest. This the road less traveled. You don't have a say-so in how I move. You don't know my battles. Can't be on my boat with no paddle. How you talking down on the captain, but moving like cattle? Niggas try to play me, but that shit is funny. Get to know the new me. I've been getting money. I've been changing lives now. Conquer my depression, leveled up, and I'm alright now. Yeah.
Peace with the guys and goddesses. Y'all, what's good? You guys, welcome to Kozmic Konnectionz. This is our last live for 2024, and I'm super excited to have everybody on. Unfortunately, everyone couldn't make it with us tonight. We do have another individual who will be a little late, but we're still here. I'm super excited, and let's go ahead and get on into it. So, so let's go ahead and start off with just kind of introducing ourselves. For those who have not seen us before, let's go with Anu. What's good?
Peace, everybody. Peace reflections. First, I want to say gratitude for everybody's existence. You know, your presence. You guys got to be some badasses if we are aligned. First and foremost. So yes, if you guys are whoever's watching, if you've never seen me before, my name is Anu Marie Ra. My platform is called Remember Who You Are. You can go to TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. It's Remember Who You Are on all platforms. So basically, I cover a lot. I go over a lot of things, but just finding yourself. I just go over, how when you get on this path, things that you may run into. Just finding yourself and just being authentically me and speaking my truth. And that's how I got to this point. So, you guys go on my page, you can check me out and check out some of my content to get, more in depth of what I actually do on the platforms.
I say.
All right, Rex.
What's up with it, y'all? And listen, for those who have seen me before, y'all already know, listen, my name is Rex Kane, Rex Angel Kane. You can follow me my new page in front of Rex, and I'm a Vedic astrologer, occultist, however you want to slice it up and call it. So listen, and I'm here to really be discussing everything that y'all finna talk about, and I want to explain it from a more astrological understanding and lens to going into the new year, how this year has wrapped up, and I'm just glad to be a part of
it. Hey, all right.
I say.
All right, Cecilia.
Hi, everybody. Peace, everybody. I am Cecilia, CEO, Connection to Ascension. You can find me on my page on Facebook, Cecilia Holmes. I also have a group called the Conjure Key where we just expand on a lot of things and we uplift each other and we vibrate on a higher frequency and we tap into higher consciousness because that's what I do. I'm the rehabilitator when people fall down that rabbit hole and they need some assistance, getting back up and understanding some things. That kind of summarizes. I do a lot of things. I'm multi-dimensional, multifaceted. So, bring me everybody.
I say,
Ricky.
Peace, family. Peace. I go by Ricky Prestige. I'm a metaphysical motivational speaker, self-published author. I pretty much just share spiritual awakening tips, meditation tips, different things of that matter. I'm just glad. I'm really and truly, I'm just glad to be here with you all. I seen some of y'all on social media. I'm just glad that we can come together like this with minds like this. I'm a little nervous to be here with y'all, just being honest about it.
Don't be nervous.
I already know it's a high energy, so I don't know what direction it'll go. So I'm just going with the flow, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And 5-6 years ago, I probably was sitting back thinking about watching other teachers, and now we in this position, and I'm honored to be able to have this ability So,
I say.
playing my role, my
That's
position.
right.
I say.
All right, Crandon.
Well, y'all already know me, but for nobody who don't know me, I'm Crandell Creighton. I'm the owner of Eyes Open Clothing, metaphysical clothing brand, but I blend it with a little streetwear. You know what I mean, to create balance because we gotta have balance in all things. I also work in agriculture as well. You know what I mean, herbalism and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So you can find me on most of my platforms at Eyes Open Clothing, but I also do some speaking, but I'm also working on an ebook as well for men's mental health and affirmation. So look out for that too.
Ashay. Ashay. Well, and then for those who don't know, my name is Kai. I wear many hats as well. I'm a spiritual life coach. I'm a oracle card reader, psychic medium. Mainly my focus is to help people transform, like basically transmute negative energy into positive energy. Main thing is alchemy and, just learning how to navigate your inner reality so that you can manifest a better reality outside of you, build your confidence, self-esteem, and be more confident in who you are as an individual and as a divine being. So again, you guys, thank you guys so much for tapping with us. I'm super excited to get this live going. And so let's go ahead and get into it. So first things first, I want to tap into basically kind of going over our year, what this year was like, what things that you guys had to learn, like what did you have to learn or the lessons that you learned in this year, the challenges that you may have faced and what you can offer the collective as far as advice that can help them move from transition from one state of being to the next. So, yeah.
Anybody want to start that one off?
I just heard a song that came through. That's it. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Keep on moving. Soul to soul.
This year has been absolutely amazing. And the reason I say that because some great things have happened, right? But also at the same time, I've also been shown that great power comes great responsibility, right?
Yes.
And even during those ups, I've learned that you have to learn to maintain those ups, right? You can't let those ups slip by the wayside. You must stay consistent and persistent in all facets, right? Because if you fall off of what you're doing in your discipline, then it's going to show in every area of your life, not just one area. You fall off in your relationship, it's going to show up in your work. You fall off in your parenthood, it's going to show up in your relationship, right? So it's just teaching me that no matter who you are, what you are, and what you want to do, you must always maintain a balance and understand and overstand that everything ain't always going to be no rose garden, right? But the purpose of life is to teach you how to fight back. You feel what I'm saying? Because where it be what like fight back. I'm hurting.
Absolutely.
They're like, get back in the field. You feel what I'm saying? But that's been my biggest thing, throughout, this whole year is like, you're gonna have your highs and your lows, but learn how to balance them. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I think that's a great way to start because I think that's something that I had to learn this year as well, is just learning to endure. That was my word for this year. And I actually wrote it down. So you wrote it down. It's
right.
Is that life is going to life. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that you can't, it's neither here or there. It's an experience and it's continuous to where it really never stagnates. It's either going to be up or it's down, but it's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's never just in one space. You just have to kind of get to a point to where you learn to be able to be at peace with whatever situation that you're in within your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the higher vibration or lower vibration, once you find the equal, like the medium within it all, is like that's how you truly kind of learn to master things to where you don't like emotionally connect too much to like what's going on or what's happening outside of you, and learn to connect with what's in you. You know what I'm saying? So that you can kind of learn the process of alchemizing that energy because life is going to life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely.
Things are going to go left, right, up and down, in whatever way, shape, or form. But if you learn and understand that it's all happening for your highest good, whether you're holding on to something too much and you got to rip it from you drastically, or whatever the case may be, is that it's all working out for your highest good. And you just kind of have to get to the point to where you just like, you're like, hey, this is a season. We're going to deal with it. We're going to go with it. We're going to roll with it. And, you know, it is what it is.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I'll build on it. I'll go into my year. So this year, I feel like I see it's a theme of the enduring things. Like people went through a lot of things throughout this year. I realized that, but it was never a time where I wasn't faithful, where I didn't think I was gonna make it out. It was more so like, okay, so this is the lesson that I need to learn this time. This is what I'm going through. I went through the hurricane, lost a job, went viral, got a bunch of followers. It was a bunch of all over the place. And then I realized I have to stand in my disciplines and stand in my own power. Like I have to really listen to my intuition. Okay, to say do it this way. All right, let me try. Let me go with that, what I'm feeling. Not just reading about things, not just looking it up on the internet, watching a bunch of videos. No, this year was like, okay, I'm gonna test you. Now use these actions that's coming to me that you're talking about on the outside. And that's what I got. That's how I got tested. And I felt like I became more myself. During it, it was hard, but I became more understanding of myself, and I was able to help other people. I taught classes. My position went to another level, but also the hardships and the responsibilities that come with that position was there too in the test. So, I was in the shadow a lot, but I was bringing a lot out of the shadow, and I wasn't scared of the shadow.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that too, because fear is a for one, and if we learn to tap into our shadow and just kind of like, again, I think that just how do I say it? It's because a lot of the times I feel like we get stuck in the storm. You know what I'm saying? We get stuck in the lows, and to where we're not able to navigate it in a way to where we're understanding that moment, or that there's something to learn within that moment to help someone else later on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the circle of life. You know what I'm saying? Like it says in Liking, you know what I'm saying? It's like each one teach one. And if you don't go through anything, then you can't teach another.
Absolutely.
That's facts.
For me,
what about you, bro?
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, I do.
I would not let Anu go. Yes, she already went. Yeah, you go ahead. I'll go after you.
Mine was kind of different. Mine was actually kind of being able to take a step back and seeing how far I've came. Not really seeing what other people see, and not really giving self the flowers that you need to give self. So that was a kind of a tough one for me. Accepting compliments, and another one was collaborating.
Yes. That's mine.
Took me a while. Yeah, collaborating.
No worries.
So that was kind of my year, being pushed to, you can't. I know you want to do everything on your own. You want to, but no.
Right.
It's people that need to be placed in your path. That
absolutely.
So it's like they're pushing me out there. So yeah, I'm like kind of being resistant, and that's basically it, y'all.
That's a great one.
I resonate with that.
Yeah, me too. I think that because I'm one of those people. I like to do things on my own, or like I'm used to doing things on my own, and we forget that back in the days that they talk about it takes a village. It takes a village. It always had taken a village. And we got a worldwide village here, and now we think that we're just here by ourselves and that we should do it all alone, and that we don't need a community to pour back into us as much as we're pouring out into this realm, or as much as we're pouring out into other people. And we need that. you know.
To
So
speak on that, right? It's only coming from a place where when you first get into, your awakening and you see yourself at a trajectory as to where as though you didn't think you would make it to, right? But you're still living off traumas from your past and the people that you used to deal with. So you don't want to, have anybody in your energy in that way, because it's like, okay, I got here. I can't afford to lose this for nobody. You understand what I'm saying? So I'd rather just work on my own, right? And you may miss those people that come across your path, and that's okay, because that's the lesson in it. You feel what I'm saying? Because you'd have already learned and grow enough to say, like, okay, now I feel comfortable with, the people that's gonna come across my path, because everybody that's coming across my path is going to be a reflection of who I am. You feel me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
Absolutely.
And so check this out. So with me personally, one thing that I really learned and what I prioritize and what I want everybody to really understand is true independence and true authenticity. Because a lot of people only feel like that they can be, I'm talking about what society deems is acceptable. And me, I'm against all that type of shit. I feel like that as long as you really truly not hurting anybody or you're not spreading any type of like fucked up energy, you should be able to be who you really truly want to be, whether people agree with it or not. Like me, myself, it doesn't matter if you stand with me, agree with me, or stand against me. The thing about it is life in general is limited. You understand? So what you have to understand, you're going to spend the whole time existence not really being who you truly are because of what everybody else feel like you. I'm against that shit. So one of my primary battles this year was understanding if I'm really truly the light or am I truly the darkness. And then I started to really come to an understanding from a synergetic standpoint. I'm like, I'm truly both, and we all are both. But I am a more of a physical, I'm a more physical manifestation of the darkness because that's what I love. And then that's when I started to realize that good and evil, that's very subjective, and it's not tailored to color or certain attributes. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not just the darkness, I am the light, because I cannot deny either part of myself. And so that's what I want people to understand, is that you are both, and you need to understand the true power of authenticity and standing on your own, even if everybody else say we don't agree or we don't fuck with that. It don't matter, because it's your life and your story, and that's what I really been through. So yeah.
Gosh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. No, absolutely.
Yes, sir. I rock with that.
And I think that's something I also, that I can say too, because I just feel like, you guys know, like anything that I do is always about authenticity. Like, what do you want to talk about, Courtney? Like, intersection, like transformation, authenticity. That's it. And I think that for sure. Like, I think, like, especially within the last few months, was trying to like fully integrate and accept the fact that I am both, and that I can't be put in a box, and that I can, because there's moments to where I'm like, there's moments where I'm like, like in my lighter aspect of self, there's moments where I'm in my darker aspect of self. And I realized like I love both ends. I love both sides. And I'm both, I'm all of it. I can't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I get, and I realize like I get confused and I get like out of placement in a sense if I try to put myself in one corner, and I'm not. You can't.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. Hell yeah, because you got to understand, if you try to put yourself in one corner, the thing about it is that you kind of denying the other aspects that you yourself know are truly there. You see what I'm saying? And then it creates like that crossfire of confusion. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm just both for that shit. It just is what it is.
Absolutely.
And speaking on that though, right, Rex, I did have a question for you, right? Ben, so you work in Vedic astrology, right? Okay, it's a 2-part question, right? So my first question is, in Vedic astrology, do they go off of the new year the same as Western, being January the 1st? And the second part to that question is, astrologically in Vedic, how does that affect not only us as individuals, but a collective energy, as in, you know what I mean, the entire, world?
Okay, so I'll sum it up like this. So basically, primarily, so now this is the crazy part. So really, the new year doesn't start until Aries season kicks back off, right? Because you got to remember, what does the new year signify? It signifies new life, new crops, new vegetation, spring, or whatever, right? So If you look at it from a logical aspect, how could it be the new year in the coldest months where everything is more dead? A lot of fruit ain't even at the farmer's market because it's not in season. When you look at stuff from a very like a analytical lens, you're like, hold up. The new basically essentially means freshness, right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And nothing is really fresh in the wintertime because that's why you thaw shit out with the heat. That's when the wintertime moves more closer to what? The actual springtime. So in Vedic astrology, they don't talk about it as much as Westerners do because, you know, but if you look at it from a very occultic stance, an occultic standpoint, we all should understand that it would make sense when Aries, spring starts, when Aries starts. Why is that? Because check this out. The sun is what brings vegetation and photosynthesis to the plants and shit, right, or whatever. And the sun, which rules Leo, which rules, you know, it's about the powering life force, is exalted in Aries. It's exalted in spring season. So if the sun is the life-giving planet, then it makes more sense that springtime really begins when it starts to show its head again. That's why in the wintertime, the nights are longer and the days are shorter. When you get towards springtime, that's when life lasts a little bit more longer. So wintertime itself, January the 1st, that's in Vedic and tropical, that's still ran by Saturn. Saturn rules lifeless energy. That's why Saturn rules death. So ain't that crazy? The start of the new year ruled by the planet of death from the Western astrological Greco-Roman astrology. So basically, from a very practical standpoint, it does start. Vedic don't really talk about it as much because they got their own interpretation with certain shit. But if you look at it realistically, when it makes sense that spring will start when the actual days started, the days begin back as a form of renewal when the sun starts to last longer than the actual nights. Yeah. So, and now you said the second part of the question was what again?
How would that affect like the collective? You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. How would it?
Okay, so how would it? Will the signs be affected? You know what I mean? Being as though I would say a Gregorian New Year. I'm gonna put it like that. Yeah. I'll put it like that. You know what I mean?
So basically, I'm gonna tell you this: everybody will be affected in different ways, right? So as we know that the birth chart, you have 12 different signs, right? So check this out. In Vedic astrology, I believe January 15th. Now it's crazy. January 15th through February 15th. That's Capricorn season. From the astronomical point of view, it's February 15th or through 17th, one of them, and it ends 31 days after that as well, right? So check this shit out. So that's gonna be ruled by Capricorn. So I would say at the end of on January 1st, that's still Sagittarius season. So wherever Sagittarius is at in your Vedic birth chart, first house of self, second house of finances, third house of communication, younger siblings. I'm gonna give you a prime example. You could be a person that got Sagittarius in the third house. If a fucked up planet come on like the actual first in Sagittarius, guess what? That means there can be problems with your younger sister, right? Your younger brother, your younger sister, they can fuck around and get into an accident, right? A car accident. Because the third house proves transportation, right? Local transportation, right? Third house is local transportation. Ninth house is long distance, like going overseas. You see what I'm saying? So it's like certain transit will affect all of us. Now, if it's a good combination, let's say you got Sagittarius in the 8th house, you might fuck around and get the money that you've been trying to get for the government for the last month, right? Because the 8th house rules governmental taxes. So if it's more beneficial energy coming into your 8th house, you might actually get that lump sum of money that people claim you're going to get. So it affects everybody depending on where it's aspecting inside the birth chart. So like me, I'm a Sagittarius ascendant. So on New Year's, when January 1st come in, since the sun is, I might see more of a health improvement, right? Because Sagittarius is my first house of the physical body. So when the sun comes to the first house, it's in a friendly sign in Sagittarius. So I might start a new workout plan. You see what I'm saying? I might get offered like a position of authority when it comes to teaching. Somebody might say, hey, I want to take your class. I know a whole bunch of other people who want to take you see what I'm saying? So it's going to affect everybody. Yeah, in a different facet. So, and that's going to be every transit. So, yeah. So,
that makes a lot of sense, though. That make a lot of sense, though. That make a lot of sense. Now, you just had me thinking about something that I want to ask Ricky now, because with that being said, right, and we just talked about the Gregorian calendar versus the New Year, right? How do you think Ricky, people vibrations will be affected, right? Because, you know, just knowing that, right, it's like we're celebrating something, you know what I mean, that is, you know what I mean, under a spell, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think people's vibrations will be affected, right? Because we always come into the new year saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, right? But maybe our vibration isn't even at a level that it's supposed to be, because we sitting here thinking it's a new year and we're trying to accomplish things in the middle of winter when everything is dead. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. So when it comes to me, I follow the path of nature, honestly. So just like he was saying at the beginning there, you know, that's when the life is out there. That's when the sun is out there. That's when the animals come back out. That's when these different things happen. So that's the same way that I rotate my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like right now, I feel like a hibernating season. It's also a winter solstice. You know what I'm saying? So it's powerful energy here where creation can be made as well. So when you do get into those April months, when you do get into that season, you'll be already prepared and ready to flourish. So you just pretty much at this point with me, I wouldn't necessarily start nothing brand new unless you're feeling it though, because you can, your vibration can be above all of that. You can do it when you want to do it. You can do it when you're feeling it. Like I said earlier, follow your intuition. But me, I know I'm more, you know, I can feel it within myself, and us being melanated, you know, the sun out, you can look outside, the kids out, go to the hood, everybody outside during the summertime. We just got to follow our own intuition and our own mindset of what we feeling when it comes to our vibration based on how the planet look at this time. And then another thing with it is it's a lot of chaos as well, and you just have to navigate, find your ways through that. But what you was gonna say though?
And you want to know something? Actually, he's actually correct about that, because check this out. So if the months that lead into spring are kind of ruled more so by Saturn, you see what I'm saying? In the wintertime, Saturn does rule preparation and planning. You see what I'm saying? It rules structure and organization. So the months like really, so from, I guess you could say, even with a blend of tropical and a blend of Vedic, from December all the way until the middle of March or beginning of March will be the best time to really, like, if you got anything that you're trying to jumpstart, it's like to put the effort and the grind in it, because Saturn and Jupiter kind of rule over those months, and those are both the teachers and the gurus. But Saturn come first, which is preparation. Like, okay, I want to get this shit popping by April, by New Year, so let me structure everything so when I do pop out, it's gonna flourish. Like he said, when it comes to energy. So like when you ask me, Crandell, how would it affect everybody? So remember, so people can have good placements or they can have bad placements. So for the people with the good placements, it's gonna really do good. So put it like this: something coming to Sagittarius on January 1st, that might do good for everybody who's a Sagittarius and a Gemini, right? You see what I'm saying? But it could be a detriment to certain people. That's why the birth chart matters, because like he said, some people do have the energy to go ahead and it'll be more fruitful for them to do it now versus later, because they chart is set up in a more darker facet and structured and planning organization. Whereas somebody with more Martian, more Mars energy, more like go energy, they ass might need to wait. But while they wait, building up the slow preparation and then releasing it around the actual springtime. So yeah, so that actually does back up his claims astrologically, because Saturn slow.
I didn't even know that. I was just going off intuition. What you just said, I felt that. That's how I feel. You know, so that's the perfect way.
Yeah, because the thing about it is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, that's on the new.
I was going to say, I just have a question. What do you say to people, to the beings who feel like the calendar is off, it's months missing, and you can't repeat the same day over and over? What do you say to those folks? You know, it's all types of us out here. You know, some people think on certain levels, some people think deeper. So how do those type of beings, how do they deal or cope with, you know, quote unquote, moving along with
they chaos beings? They do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they gonna rock. They don't want to hear this. They don't, you know, and they make it, and if they get to a level of mastery, those are the people we need right now. The people that'll walk out there like that and say, man, you know, all, because at the back of all of our minds, we know that it's all lies and illusions. So we all trying to
Absolutely.
figure this out. So in the back of our minds, we all realize, like, what is December? What is March? What is May? You know what I mean? And that's everything that we seeing now, that we create now, is new. We the new beings. And for you to ask that question, I'm pretty sure that's how you move already. Like,
absolutely.
So we need that type of energy. We need those people that break the structure all the way, but it's gonna be you're gonna have to be a brave individual to step out there all the way like that. But I think
we're getting there.
And,
Go ahead, TC.
Now I said an old soul when
Okay.
you outdate the sun, the moon, all that. You know what I mean? You're on a different level.
absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
love that.
I mean-
That's where these kind of conversations need to go. She asks a question, make it go deeper. And just
Yeah.
I like that.
Right?
Let's
I
go.
love
I
that,
don't
though.
have that.
That's how we got here.
It was so real because even if you think back to like ancient times, right? They wasn't naming no days or no months or no weeks or none of that, right?
They had the
You
stars.
just received this information. They just use the stars. They use astronomy, astrology, and nature. You feel
So
what
I
I'm
gotta
saying?
go with
So
Ricky, you know?
you
I gotta
feel
go
me?
with Ricky. Go up
That's
in
a
the fight,
fact.
you know?
That's a fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Because
You know, today is Tuesday.
There was no
Right.
language. It was
Yeah,
all
we don't know.
numbers.
We don't know.
that's a fact.
Come on, man.
Math was
That's systematic, though. I'm
Yeah.
trying to break
Right.
out of it, though. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It is.
You
It
Because
is.
they,
know what I'm saying?
It is hard.
because you know what, really, it's all because really, you know, we all talk about all of these things and this, that, and the third, but one thing that we can all agree on is the master, or I don't want to say mastery, but things begin to flourish when you stay in the present moment,
Mm-hmm.
right? We can work, like, I'm not saying that, because I know that, you know, like astrology, all those things are
I
important,
love
right?
astrology.
But everything, yeah, because, you know, shoot, like,
It's
I
all
think
tools.
that it can fast track your healing process. It can fast track you trying to find out what you're here for. Like, you know, everything has its role, right? But
Yeah.
one thing we can all agree on is that we got to stay in the present moment. It's like you take those things and you use those things as tools, not to help you navigate this reality and what you're incarnated here for in this lifetime, in this time, right? But being in the present moment is where all things begin to manifest. Because anything else,
Absolutely.
So
That's true.
you know, moving
And so,
on to the next question I have for everybody. Do y'all think 2025 is gonna be like this year? Because there was a lot of exposing going
Better
on.
not
It's gonna be even
The
crazier.
chips is getting thick.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure.
If you haven't been doing the work and
I'm
stuff,
pretty sure.
I'm gonna say.
I want to
No,
know
I
what
think
y'all
that-
thoughts is on that.
I think, truthfully, to me, like energetically, like just closing out this year, I think it's gonna be lit. I think
Yeah.
in both ways, I might catch on
In both
fire.
ways, right?
So, like, you know, but I just feel like I do feel like it's gonna be as we learn to. I think that as we're balancing out light, like the light and dark consciousness or awareness of ourselves in reality, or whatever the case may be, if I can say that, I feel like it's gonna be a little struggle. I ain't gonna lie. Like energetically, I feel like it's gonna be like as we learn to kind of collide both realities of the higher and lower self. Because I think that a lot of us are starting to learn to really master ourselves and really come into the awareness of that light and dark aspect of who we are in reality in general. So I think that before we actually get to that good like equilibrium, there's going to be a little bit of like a clash there, because when you start colliding the higher and lower self, you know, man, it gets hectic. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I learned of learning to truly integrate both sides of self. You know, that's the hardest part. And I think that that's really, as a collective, I think next year is going to be that, because we're stepping into we are in the year of, or in the time or age of Aquarius, to where knowledge, spirituality, 9 years, spirit, like in Sagittarius is regarding like spirituality, religion, things of that nature, right? And so I think that as we're learning to like kind of balance both, you know, things are about to show out, and
that's a fact.
It might be hard for a few people to like receive like certain
And I agree.
Things that are
I
about to come
definitely
into
agree.
our
I
awareness.
definitely agree. You know what I mean? Because, you know, just looking at this year alone, right? It's like now people are finally starting to awaken, right? So you got this glass, right? And we're gonna say that's the matrix, right? And every person that wake up is a little crack in that glass, a little crack in that glass, little crack in that glass, right? But I think coming into the new cycle, you know what I mean? We're gonna begin to see some shit that's so far out there, right? That they've been saying has been lies for so many years and shit that they wasn't trying to, you know what I mean, bring to the forefront. You're gonna look at all your conspiracy theory friends and be like, I'm sorry. Because that's the type of shit that we are finna see. You know what I mean? Because they can't keep the veil up for so much longer. You feel what I'm saying? And you can
They
slowly
trying to.
see
They
like
holding on for
No.
dear life.
they trying their best. They trying their best. You know, so I think it's like Kai said, you're gonna have a clash of light and darkness. You know what I mean? And that right there is really gonna show who is ready and who's not.
There's gonna be a lot of souls that's not ready, unfortunately. You're gonna see a
Agreed.
lot of souls passing over within the next,
I think it's already
3 to 5
started.
years. Yeah, it has, but you're gonna see a lot more.
Years for the last couple of years.
Like I'm out of here. Like what?
I truthfully, I feel like, you know, like we were saying earlier before we went live, you know, things got to get exposed. Things got to come into truth. Everybody has, like, you know, the collective has, whether you want to accept it or not, there has to be a certain level of truth that reaches the surface before we can move on to the next state of consciousness as a collective here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not ready for that. So as we kind of ascend collectively, whether we're ready or we're not, there's going to be, so can I say, like a rivalry of some sort? Like there's going to be like, it's, you know, because people are not ready for that level of awareness. So a lot of us here have been preparing for this consciously or unconsciously.
They're going to die to hold on to that old paradigm.
Yeah, because that's the structure of their being. That's the foundation of who they created and who are they, whatever they're holding on to. So I just feel like, you know, next year begins the year of freedom, really, to me.
Yeah. I want to build on some real quick, and I want to build on Cecilia. That's what it is.
Yes, you said it right.
I just wanted to announce an alignment I just seen, because you said something about people be passing away, and a lot of people be leaving this plane of existence. And then right when I looked down at my computer screen, I seen Ricky Henderson passed away. That's an old baseball player, by the way.
Oh man,
you got my name. So when you said that, that just kind of resonated with me. I just wanted to kind of, that's how I think sometimes. When I see something in alignment right on time like that, I just,
that's how I am.
Yeah,
it's
but
like confirmation.
You know what I'm saying? But just to kind of build on that, though, be like, we've been waiting on this time. You know, a lot of us have already been here a long time. We've been here 10, 15 years. Well, me personally, probably like going back, Bobby Hemmett, Brother Panic, Conscious Community, all these different things before TikTok, before Instagram. I'm not that
before
old.
It was popular to be.
You know, I was in the early YouTube days, and the things that they were saying, they've been talking about it. You know, Professor Griff, things like this.
Professor Griff, I was heavy on him.
You know, so these you know, I'm kind of bored.
Like was watching me. I was so heavy on him. I was like, I feel like I'm in the big store, and it was
right. He was going in, and it was shocking. But now it's just like, okay, so these prophecies are coming to pass that these teachers were saying in the 90s. And now it's coming to pass, and now we are the ones, I feel like, that are playing the next roles, and we have a big responsibility because people are listening to us and getting life lessons from it and getting disciplines from it that are changing people's lives, that are going to change their kids' life, that's going to change another generation life. So we just playing a role on something that we may not even see all the glory from it. You might not get a check tomorrow for this, but this might hit somebody 5-10 years later from now, just like how those teachers were teaching us, and they didn't know YouTube was ever going to exist.
Oh my God.
That's a big fact.
So that's all we have to do. We just have to keep going with our path, and those things, the babies will be like, oh my goodness, Diddy, oh my, no, we've been through this. That's why we didn't go that way. Some of y'all probably got talent to go that way. You got that kind of celebrity energy. We the celebrity, we the next people for this. So you see what I'm saying? You probably didn't got letters or offer fraternity things like this. And I'm talking to the masses or whoever listening right now, because that's the kind of energy you bring in. But now we going into a position of teaching, and we never seen this before. So we walking a path that's unknown, but at the same time, we had a lot before this that told us that this was going to happen. So we already ahead of that point. The masses and collective is new. But we got to find our role. But that's what came to me just then.
And that's the thing. It's like tapping into the main thing here is like stepping into the unknown.
Right.
That's what keeps a lot of us from tapping into our full potential. Is because we don't know.
This year has prepared us for that. A lot of unknown.
Absolutely.
And that's when I had the most ease, was when I was like, okay, just sit in it and allow. Sit in it, allow. I'm like, okay, so I'm being redirected. At first, I'm like, oh, the fuck, what's going on? It's like, it's a redirection. I'm like, all right, you redirect. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why. Oh.
No, and I think that what you're like, that whole little segment that you said is like literally resonated with my
redirection.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the waves going off, like left, and then you go left. Then you go left, and then tell you to take a U-turn, and then you're gonna take a U-turn, and then
you know,
like,
a lot of us.
I'm just gonna turn off.
I know, for real. You know, and a lot of us miss that because we're so wanting to be in control of how our future is going to go to an extent, which kind of takes away from the path that we're supposed to be on. And a lot of, you know, our society within itself teaches us we're constructive, like we're like, you know, map it out and this, that, and the third, and without truly being one with the divine. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to understand that our ego and the divine are two separate things, and we are one with the divine. Our ego is more like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, agree with or you don't. Like in my perspective, I just feel like we come here in these suits, right? And a lot of it is more so ego than anything, you know. But once you start tapping into your soul's essence, you just kind of flow with light. That's when you start and you embrace the unknown. That's when things start truly taking place magically in your life. Other than trying to control it all the time. You cannot be in control all the time. All you can do is flow with what your soul already knows.
That's it.
I
had another.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad, Ricky. You go ahead.
No, I was going to ask it for everybody though. Like, how's everybody holding up with like the ways of the matrix? Like, let me say it like this. I mean, I want to hear y'all point of view of it, because I know a lot of us say we're going through a lot right now. It's hard out here, but a lot of these things that are hard, just me personally, is probably like financial, or like going when it's dealing with like the system or a job, or how much is money and these things like this. I want to hear. Like, I want to tap into it for the spiritual people, because like I said, everything new. So we gotta survive, and I think the system is caving in so hard, and it's more pressure on us to have to get a job or have to go do these things like this because of the pressure. So, and my only way out is thinking about moving completely from the country. But I just want to see what y'all handling, like how America coming down, not, you know, America's coming down when it comes to that part and putting that pressure on it. So how y'all opening up, or like how y'all handling that?
Well, me personally, I can say that every day now, it's like, even if I'm not, because it's the winter time, right? And I do agriculture, right? So even though I can't do the things that I want to now, I can prepare myself. Even if it's just coming down to watching a survival video, even if it's coming down how to use certain plants to make your own fire, what berries to eat, what not to eat. Because I'm telling you, when nature attacks that ass, you can't run from that. And you feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You feel me? Real shit. When it's coming,
right.
You feel me? Look at the hurricanes and things that's been going on this year with the weather, right? And when it's black, and you know they up there fucking with shit in space or whatever, but you know, when this blackout happened, right? Because it is rolling blackouts that's going to happen. This was actually inside of the Project 2025 plan, right? And Donald Trump is now the president that signed off for that plan. So I'm just telling people, right? you have to be aware of what's going on, right? It's going to be a total collapse, like Ricky said, to the point where you're going to go back to pretty much the old days where you have to be like natives and go back to your indigenous roots and learn how to survive.
I love it.
So now
Let
I'm
the whole
stepping
shit
out of,
collapse.
yeah, I'm like, let me not worry about money. Let me worry about what can I go out there in the woods to eat if I haven't eaten in 3 days? How can I, purify this water without having these certain elements around me? You feel what I'm saying? Because
just learning how to take care of yourself, basically.
Exactly, and your family. You feel me? Because
right.
How can you feed your family if you don't even know how to go out there and catch a fish, right?
That's real. I had the hurricane. The hurricane hit us. And
you know what I'm saying?
So for like 2 weeks. But not to be. I'm not here to just be on no doom and gloom. I just want to hear like where everybody mind at, because at the end of the day we can escape this mentally.
That's just from my perception. You feel what I'm saying? But also on the spiritual side as well, is like you still have to be ready on the spiritual side too, because you feel what I'm saying? You still gotta fight that spiritual battle as well while you're trying to, survive in, the great fall, I'm gonna call it. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said, not on no doom and gloom, not on no fear mongering. But if you I would suggest everybody go do your research on Project 2025 and you'll see the way that I'm talking. You feel what I'm saying? Like actually go research it and understand that. You feel what I'm saying? But that was just my perspective on that.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what is the question, like how do we feel about? I'm trying explain to me a little bit more, God. Like what?
I think he's talking about spirituality. When it comes to spirituality and 3D
in America,
we still have to maintain. Like we still got mortgages, or we still got a job, or
how do we feel about that?
Yeah, like how you balancing it, how you because like a lot of times when it comes to like spirituality, a lot of people play these aspects of life off. I don't. I got children.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? I got a family.
I gotta eat.
But my question is, because I try to get insights. I know how I handle it pretty much, but I just like to hear from other minds. Like, how do you handle those pressures that are hitting us at this time that's in front of us for real? When it comes to like and then balancing your spirituality with it as well.
I think the less that we focus on the bills and the rent and the this and then that, the more that we can step into a flow and the things that we're gonna be taken care of regardless.
I'm ready. I'm ready either way. Either way, I'm ready either way.
Right. Obviously,
if we're building wealth, build the wealth. Stocks and we on them bonds, and we claiming our nationalism. If we're doing that, we're doing that. If we ain't doing that, and we doing this, listen. If we in the woods, I'm cool with that too, because there's always one of us out there that's gonna put us on, that's gonna let us know what we need to eat, what we need to drink, what not to take. So either way it goes, for me, I don't care. Like, I'm on with y'all. How y'all want to do it?
You know what I'm saying? Never gonna go without, regardless.
Because we were talking about earlier. Because you have to make. Because at the end of the day, regardless of anything else, as long as you're tapped into your inner compass, your inner voice, your ancestors, you guys, you're gonna be taken care of. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. However y'all want to move, we can move. How y'all want to do this?
It doesn't matter.
I like that. I like that.
I was going to re-answer that question for Ricky, because since he put it that way, you know what I mean? I will agree with Kai and just say, do your meditation, get closer to your ancestors, find your soul's compass. You know what I mean? Because in that aspect, that's what I have been doing. Like, all right, fuck the money. Let me go talk to my ancestors. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna help me figure that shit out anyway. You feel?
That's what I'm saying. We ain't gotta worry about that. How we want to do it is how we can do it. Is what I'm saying. It's up to us. Sure. We are the ones that we not pointing no fingers, elbows, fingers. We are the ones. We taking accountability. However we do. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. I don't even. Maybe I'm off. You know what I'm saying? It don't even like.
No, you're not.
It don't even matter.
Not at all. Not at all.
I wanted to pop it off like that.
You want to do these elements that way? We can do that too.
I like that.
However they try to come at us, it don't even matter. Like At
Yeah.
that point,
I
we at
feel
that
you, I
point,
feel
like,
you.
it don't
I
matter
feel
how
you.
they coming. We would
How
whatever.
you feel
Like,
about that, Rex?
how they gonna do it?
Yeah, Rex, where you at? Where
Where you at,
where
Rex?
you at?
I know
Okay.
where we you like we're all
So-
time.
You got me hyped now.
Okay,
I
so
know, right?
I
I love that energy.
so now my answer gonna be a little bit elaborate because I agree with everything y'all saying. The thing about it is that when it comes to balancing the spiritual aspect and the material aspect, if you are, because essentially we are here to experience and enjoy what's in front of us physically, right?
Yes.
The thing about it is that people become overly attached to it to the point where they'll kill for that shit and they disregard genuine human connections and energy. You see what I'm saying? And they focus everything on materialism. But like you were saying earlier, Ricky, about moving out of America, honestly, now the thing about it is that that's probably going to be the best option for a lot of people because while the prices of everything rise, the wages don't. You see what I'm saying? And so
That's
people
right.
spend more time at work, more mandatory overtime. It's harder for people to be more in their spirit because spirituality is basically essentially inner freedom, right? It's hard for people to feel free within when externally they're boxed in by everything, right? Mortgage, bills, rent. You see what I'm saying? Child care. I'm talking about shit, damn near child support. I'm talking about rent raising. So like I don't know if y'all seen that shit. It was either
Back.
yeah, that's why I
Dealing
said.
with all that.
And y'all see, they
I gotta
literally
still
went
work for
to
that.
investigate. Do you see? And they literally went to investigate why was the prices to move in apartments so high. I think that was either this year or last year.
All of us.
Yeah. So when it, huh?
No, go ahead.
You said okay.
No.
So the whole thing is about it is like moving out of the country, especially if you take American money and move out the country, you're gonna be good. You see what I'm that's what a lot of TikTokers are doing. That's what's gonna be the best because, like I said, the price is rising and the wages ain't. So guess what? In order for people to feel spiritually, how can a man or woman feel spiritually comfortable when everything around you is a battle? Even we have limits. You can only remain internally peaceful so much. You see what I'm saying? You got desires, dreams, goals, likes. You can't really get shit accomplished because work take up the majority 80 hours. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I feel like that. Being more free and like Kai was saying, removing those bills, but it's hard unless you are willing to adopt an alternative lifestyle. You fuck. I'm just keeping that shit above.
That's why I said what I said. I'll say this. I ain't going nowhere.
I think I'll say this. Because
we got to fight. We got to fight for this land. We gonna have to fight. We gonna have to fight.
That's what I'm saying.
We gonna have to fight. My ancestors fought. We ain't going nowhere. This mine.
What I meant by that was more of a manifestation.
We gonna have to go up for this. We're gonna have to go there.
No, I'm gonna understand that our like subconscious creates our reality, or to a degree, we have to reprogram the subconscious mind. So if we're gonna stay in America, then that means that you really got to shift the way that you think. Because this is
we can come together. We can just house,
it's a corporation.
It's happening. They're coming with their heads out. They're coming for war.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like if you're gonna stay in America, you got to switch your mentality, right? You got to reprogram. Period.
That's the truth.
The whole function of this is more operated as a corporation other than a country. This is a business,
right?
It's not a country.
Yeah. And
so if you're gonna stay here, then you have to move like that. You got to move like you're in, like if it's a business. Period. That's just what it is. You know. But like you said, Rex, is that everything is so in front of your face. There's so many things that are happening around you that it makes it hard for you to go within yourself. But if you go within yourself, like in the Bible, it talks about your gift will make way for you.
Listen, this is all a game, y'all.
No, it is.
So the money, the paperwork, the
play
money, all of this is a game.
So how are we going to?
I'm going out. I'm fighting for this.
So how
anyway? I'm going. I'm my answer. We listen. We didn't. No. We did too much. We didn't put too much work.
Because if we understood, if we understand, if we match the frequency of abundance, if we match the frequency of having all that we need, then there's really, like, to me, Like there's the way that my life is working, like the moment that you tap into that frequency, you have what you need because you understand that you create your reality.
Not tapping on it.
Not taking away from not taking away from the struggles of the world, but 90% of the struggle of the world is the way that you're thinking.
I shade of that.
I ain't going. Listen,
that next 30 days about to be
I'm with y'all on that. I'm with y'all on that because that's
30 days.
I want to build on that though real quick, family. Especially with Rex, because and I think what it is I think it might be that masculine, feminine energy coming in the building too, because like the way our minds work, like he was saying, like the wages and these different things like that. But what I think, and I'm not speaking for him, but I'm just going to speak for myself. What I think he's saying is that yes, we can create our reality. Yes, we do have these powers and these abilities, and yes, we can do these things. But they're making it to what's the point of fighting that fight that they're trying to make us fight when it's not even in alignment with what we really supposed to be doing? So they want us to fight them. They want us to keep going to work. They want us to, I'm gonna get a big mansion and this and that. But I had a thought the other day. I said, man, I can live a simple life. I can
we don't run to Thailand.
And I can get my simple life
Panama
without no stress.
We just pull out their system and take our land back here.
Right, but that's what I said. If you guys
said, I ain't going no motherfucker.
It's my ancestor land. I ain't going away.
Right, but that's
if you need us to claim our nationalism and cut the straw man off, if we need to go that one round, we can do that too.
Absolutely.
We can do that too. But I feel like the whole point of us is this what we came for.
But that's why I'm running it back. And I said, that's why I was saying, if you guys peep what I said, is that your gifts are going to make way for you. And the Bible says that. Right?
That means
that I gotta stand on what you're here for, and you're doing what you're here for. You're going to be taken care of. And I feel like a lot of us get it. We forget that, it's just like this. We didn't incarnate here to not have nothing. I mean, maybe some people, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Their chart might say something else, but whatever. My chart is fine. But what I'm saying is that a lot of the times is that I feel like as long as everybody's going to do what they feel they need to do. If you're in alignment to go move out of the country,
do that, man.
Then that's what you're going to do. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. I was just joking.
Right.
I was saying that because I was looking at these people that's just in places where there's no credit, no, just a little, because
they meant to be over there.
Right.
This how I've been lately with my spirituality, and I got this. Looking into like Rosicrucian teachers and things like that. Yeah, we can be spiritual and we can be high up here, but you also have a material realm that has to be taken care of as well. And I felt myself at one point, I was just I can create my reality. I got to think positive. I got to do these things. And I realized I was out of balance. But now I'm starting to connect the two together with the spiritual and the material aspect of it. And I'm thriving more. So I'm actually in a good spot. But I know it's people out here that's really in this reality. And they hear us say, hey, change your mindset, change these things. And I know where they're hearing it from.
But the question is, what is their reality?
Yes. What's that?
Everybody has a different reality.
Yeah.
Right?
You got billion universes inside of one universe.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly. So their reality might not be your reality. Your reality is that you're already abundant. You're walking in your purpose. You're already taken care of. Regardless of what you're doing and where you're going and whatever you're gonna, whatever. But their reality might be like, oh, this is too hard. And this is fucked up. I'm never gonna have nothing. I'm just this, that.
I had a fucked up life from the beginning. I never had a silver spoon.
Exactly. And this is where we gotta, this is where we have to understand that we remember that our mind is the foundation.
It really is.
Of our reality.
So what are we on that?
What is our creation? So what are we creating? Like what is this? What is the core belief? Because if the core belief is I'm never going to have enough, if the core belief is this is hard and this is fucked up and I can't do this and this and that, you're always going to be restricted. But if your core belief is that no matter what happens, I'm always going to be taken care of. At the least, you're always going to be taken care of. And I'm saying this as a walking testimony of my own life, of going back and forth and being like, well, I don't have enough. And I realize what like how it affects my reality. And when I'm in a space where I'm like, you know what? Spirit going to handle it. My answers are going to come through. I'm abundant. I don't need for nothing. All my needs are taken care of. All my needs are taken care of. But the moment I bounce out of that reality is that and go into a whole nother reality, that reality starts to manifest.
Come on through, ancestors. Come on through.
So we have to remember where it all begins.
I noticed the difference when I step off that train. Because I was in the shower. This is an example. This was 2 days ago. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something out. I'm just gonna experiment. I was like, universe, ancestors, deities that walk with me, all that whole spiritual team. I was like, yeah, listen. I talked to them just like that. I was like, listen. I was like, I want to have my bills paid where I mean 2 months in advance, where I can just take 50 people. Actually, I didn't even say 50 people. I just said some people along with me, where I can go in and do brain surgery. Like I can change their mindset and help them. Day after that, I just posted random. I was like, listen, I want to take 50 souls with me on this 30-day elevation, and we're going to tap in. We're going to change the whole mindset and whole paradigm. Do you know by today, which is 2 days, I got 45 people signed up. Both my bills is paid for this month, next month, the following month. I don't worry about nothing. I'm just putting all my energy.
When did you say you got the download last night?
We about to expand. We about to listen.
48 hours ago.
Like
you say 48 hours? That's what's up. I love it.
But this is like, you want to do that? You got this. Let's do it.
And this is where we have to remember to what we're actually teaching the masses, where the collective or whatever is. It all starts here. Is that it doesn't matter what the reality is. Because it doesn't matter what's happening outside of us. Because eventually we got to realize that if we're all on one accord as a collective to say that we are abundant, then abundance is here. Because if we're all understanding, because in the way that I'm seeing it, right, and you know, people might see it a different way. That's fine, you know. But in the way that I see it, is that the shift changes when we all come to a certain level of agreement, to a certain level of consciousness and awareness, right? Say that we all finally agree, majority of consciousness on the planet finally agrees that the government is fucked up and the government ain't shit and the government is doing this, that, and the third, then that's when everything starts crashing down and more starts being revealed. Right?
That's so true, sis.
You know what I'm saying? So it all comes down to what we're thinking and what we're aware of as a collective when energy starts to shift. Now,
and that's why I ain't going nowhere.
And if we all believe that America is this, that, and the third, and hard, and this, that, and the third, then it's going to be that, even though it is.
Give them the power.
Because there's a duality to her. There's, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying is that we got to understand where it all begins. And if we understand, if we can reprogram the mind, which all of us do, and we all have clients that we're helping shift their consciousness in one way, shape, or form.
It's a ripple effect. Just like what Ricky said earlier about helping people. That's what I'm really going to zone in on, because I have people that's bringing their children. So you got to look like that. We're doing this for the future. You know, I'm not just doing it for them. I'm doing it for their children, their children, children. So we breaking the matrix as we going in, like, you know, we going in depth. Like, this is the winter. We going within and tapping into that energy, because everything is born from the dark, from the mother.
Y'all see how all this came together from the question. You see how? Oh, I love that energy. And the women brought the energy, brought me back to my, and Rex brought that energy, the fire, and you got the fire, and y'all brought it together.
Absolutely.
And whatever angle somebody want to hit it at, and even because
they want to take
agriculture, so whatever level they want, they got to do.
And speaking of that, right? Speaking of that, I did have another question for Rex, you know what I mean? Because I know you're into numerology, bro. I know you talk about the numerology, have you on your lives and whatnot. So 2025, if you add that up, it represents the year
Oh
of the
yes.
9. So in
Yes.
numerology, what does the number 9
Well, let me
represent?
get my pen and
And
paper.
what
Right.
should we be focused on energetically
I know.
wise when it comes to the number 9? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So okay, so when it comes to the number 9 in numerology, so check this out. So the number 9 in numerology is ruled by the planet Mars. And Mars is the planet of sparking initiatives, right? So you got to remember next year, I'm talking about that it's a whole bunch of enterprise startups. That's more than likely what's going to be taking place because remember Mars rules what? Springtime. And we know it rules every
Right.
springtime. So if Mars rules 9, then it's going to take the energy, the same energy that powers Aries and Scorpio can be felt inside of 9. So what does that mean? That means renewal and regrowing things that was once lost because Scorpio is about transcending death and the mundane, right? So you got to remember this could be people, you know what I'm talking about, trying to bring back old enterprises. Like I'm gonna give you an example. You could have tried to start a business 4 years ago. That shit just wasn't working, and then now you're trying to upstart this shit in 2025. You see what I'm saying? And that's the bringing things. That's the revitalization part of Mars. But what 9 in and of itself represents is like being a lifelong student, right? So this means people might start to like expand they actual studies as well, right? So because the thing about it is, a lot of people don't know in Vedic astrology, Mars is the actual, not the ruler, but he is the true powerhouse of the third house. Third house rules skills, writing. It rules, you know what I'm talking about, like kind of like your lower intelligence, right? Like your detailed oriented type of skills. So next year is going to be the year where everybody tries to work on their skill set and make money and profit off of. That's what's really going to be happening. So like I said, new enterprises, but it's going to also be maybe either a big or a small war for information because this is still Mars that we dealing with, right? So you might see more people clashing about, and we might see more exposing too. Because remember, Mars rules Scorpio, and that's the sign of like taking secrets and bringing them to light. So you got to remember,
be another
like,
Cat Williams at the beginning of this new cycle. I won't say the year, but because man, he came with a bang. Everything that started.
He claimed, and that shit turned up. Yeah, so next year around the 9, those are going to be some of the primary things from the numerology side and aspect of things. So if you want to start up a business, I'm gonna say the best time probably going to be start up to really hone that shit in. If you want to tackle, because this is the thing about it. And I remember, I think Anu, she was mentioning something about like not following the calendars and stuff like that early. This is the thing about it. When you get into real deep occultic astrology, not just the birth chart astrology, the thing about it is, regardless of what system you believe in, the elites or whoever work off the operation of the sun going around the pattern of the ecliptic, right? So you see what I'm saying? So you can cut out the calendars or whatever. The sun still follows a strategic path at a certain set amount of days, right? 365.5 days, right? So you got to remember, what they do is calculate spell work according to summer and winter solstices, right? You see what I'm saying? So the best time frame for you, you see what I'm saying? So the best time frame you really want to work with the startup enterprises is the planet that represented, the month that represented, and the actual day that represented. So I'm gonna give y'all a hint. So if you want, like, if you're trying to really open up a business or really start and put some shit, especially when Aries season come in Vedic, not tropical, Tuesdays are going to be your best days during next year's Scorpio season and next year's Aries season in Vedic astrology, because Tuesday is ruled by Mars, particularly so in the month of Mars, on the day of the month of Mars, on the day of Mars, but the hour of Mars, right? You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you an example. Like, let's say, for instance, Kai, if you trying to start up like a new program to like sell stuff or whatever, right? You already are Aries moon, so this should be really beneficial for you, right? So the thing about it is, if you try to like really get in contact with those high profile targets on a Tuesday, on a Tuesday in the Aries or Scorpio month, especially Aries month, on the actual hour that Mars represents, is going to be more beneficial forever. And that is how the elites calculate their spells. They use the astrological frequency, timing of the planets, along with the actual planetary hour association. So if you look on movies or whatever, notice they always time the spell to the exact hour, midnight, or when the moon is in mid. You see there. Yeah, so next year, y'all really trying to hold.
Chess game, right? Not checkers.
I ain't even joking.
Yeah, so if y'all really trying to hone in on really increasing y'all earning potential, that's one way to do it. But that's just really about like starting up something, because Mars isn't the energy that keeps things going. So I could tell somebody, you start up a business and it might do good at first because Aries rule what? The spark of creation.
Very quick, yeah.
But what really is going to keep you together is Saturn. That's the one who binds shit together and keeps shit, concrete. So if you really want to do that shit, that's what next year exposing.
And another thing too. Discipline. You gotta be disciplined.
No, for real, because this is the thing. Because in Western astrology, Saturn basically rules my it's not my Venus is my chart ruler in Western astrology, but I have Saturn like super Capricorn placements. I have like 8 Capricorn placements. I have an Aquarius placement. Aquarius, and like how do you like? Because I'm like, damn, that should have been restricted. Like,
but
man.
I know what you're trying to say though.
No, I was just saying I resonate with that message, right? Because it's an 8 year and I'm a life path 8, and I have really been tested, and I really had to show some discipline for a lot of things this year. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I resonate with what you were saying about the 9 year coming in. So I definitely resonate with that, and I'm taking my notes on that one for sure.
Yeah, because Saturn kicked my ass. And Western astrology wise, Saturn kicked my ass this year. Because like I said, that's what I'm like. What is how would you collaborate the two? Because I know that I feel the difference as far as coming out of that 16-year karmic bullshit.
Yeah.
With because I have 8 Capricorn placements, and then my Saturn.
That's a lot of Capricorn.
Also ruled by Saturn.
Look, yo.
Jeez.
Okay. So in tropical astrology.
Let my people go.
Okay. So in Vedic astrology, what's your ascendant, Kai? In Vedic? What's your ascendant in Vedic? Yeah. And where is Saturn at inside of your Vedic astrology? Is it still inside of Aquarius or?
No.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Let me check. I got it right here.
Yeah. So, if we want the year to be better for us, now check this out. Now we can freestyle the energy, but the thing about it is everybody has their own unique individual energy, right? So you have more auspicious days. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Like Crandell, you were a Pisces ascendant, right? So remember, your second house of personal finances is ruled by Mars. So you got to remember, Mars, if you want to make more money, you're going to have to work with him. Now, we can freestyle and try to energy surf, but the thing about it is you have a different financial house from me and from Kai and from Ricky and from Cecilia. So what they can do, you might not can do, and vice versa, right? So it's best to work with your actual financial planetary energy for you to receive more financial benefits. So that's why the years could be kicking our ass, because certain planetary aspects, if we could just know, okay, what should I see? Astrology is really meant to help you plan your life accordingly to get the best results for you. That's why you got to remember, we talk about energy, but you can transmute the birth chart in your favor. Astrology isn't set in stone where if it's something bad, it got to happen. If you are aware of it, so you understand, okay.
You're just aware though. You
but my Saturn is in my Saturn is in Capricorn in Vedic astrology. So no matter what, it's still in Saturn. It's still
in Vedic.
In Vedic,
your Saturn is in Vedic.
It's in Capricorn.
And when did you start Kozmic Konnectionz?
Last year? No. Yeah, no. 2023, I think.
You said 2023.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was last year. So what you got to understand for you, the reason why Saturn gonna kind of kick your ass, but not in the bad way. You got Saturn inside the 5th house. 5th house rules education, gambling, it rules casual sex, it rules over a multitude of things, right? But the 5th house is looking directly at your 11th house. So the 2nd house is the house of personal finance. This could be regarded as how you make money. But the 11th house represents your networks and your highest gains from networks. So since you have Saturn aspecting the actual 11th house, you got to remember, Saturn is looking directly at Cancer. So you want to know what that means? You're going to also lose some people that was on your team at first. You see what I'm saying? Because because you got to remember, Saturn is now because Saturn is sending its restrictive aspect to the 11th house of gains. So let me ask. Now I don't want to get too personal, but you said everything was taken care of, right? I know I don't got your chart, but everything been good financially this year, or well, last year, yeah, but yeah, this year and shit.
This year has been up and down, but now I'm like I'm good. But the first, I'm like spirit whooped my motherfucking ass. I didn't even go.
Yeah, because see the. Yeah, see, the reason. Do you have anything in Cancer? Do you have anything in Cancer in your chart?
I have a couple of fourth house, but I have my fourth house in Mercury, but I don't have any. No, I don't have any.
No. In the actual Cancer sign, yeah, the actual sign, because your Saturn is in the 5th house and Capricorn is. And if it's looking at your 11th house, this is the thing. This is the actual part. The 11th house rules your highest financial and earning potentials. Second house is just how you make money. 11th house is the highest potential and earning prospects. If Saturn is looking directly at it, it's sending a restrictive energy towards your network circles and your earnings, meaning that you can lose connections and you can lose out on financial wealth at the same exact time. But going into next year, depending on Saturn's position, you see what I'm saying? She can probably change for you a little bit, because remember, Saturn restricts, he never denies. So you got to remember, that's why towards the end of the year, you said shit started to get a little bit better. Yeah, because now we're moving more towards
after that whole that's why I was like, okay, how do we collaborate? Like we're like the Western astrology to Vedic, or maybe whatever, because I know that after that 16-year karmic cycle like ended or whatever, like it was like night and day. You know what I'm saying? But with my Saturn in Vedic astrology, it's in Capricorn, but in the 2nd house in what is it called, Shravana?
Hold up. Okay, so you a Virgo ascendant in Vedic, right? So okay, so that's gonna put Capricorn in the 5th house, right? So all the Earth. So if the Earth sign rule the 1st house, it's gonna rule another Earth sign gonna rule the 5th and the 9th house. So what's the sign what's the Earth sign that come out the Virgo? That's Capricorn. So it should be Virgo ascendant, and after Virgo, it should be what was that? Libra in 2nd house, Scorpio 3rd house, and then I forgot the other one, Sagittarius in the 4th house, and then Capricorn in the 5th house. So if you said that you got where your Venus at, because that's where your money is. For you, that's Scorpio. Why your money come in.
It's in Scorpio.
Oh shit, your Venus is damn. That's a fucked up financial placement. I ain't gonna even because you got to remember, when Venus rules money and liquid cash, and it's debilitated, meaning that it loses energy when it comes into actual Scorpio, right? And Scorpio is about crisis, life and death transformation events, right? So your finances gonna have them terror moments all the time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. In the 2nd house.
Yeah, but if you want, your shit, you know what? But if you want to heal it, the thing that you're gonna have to work with is Mars and Venus. That's the only way you're gonna heal it. And once you heal it, then that's when you're gonna start getting paid. Like, damn, that shit actually, because when you work with the planet that rule your finance, and I promise you will be good. I ain't say it's gonna be easy though.
No, it's not gonna be easy. I know that. I know.
Yeah. No, I agree with Rex. Rex is definitely telling you he's dropping some gems. If y'all watching y'all, Rex is dropping some jewels.
I said,
work with your
using my hell of a chart to an example.
Yeah, that's
Venus. Get with Venus. Get with Venus and Mars.
I can vouch for him, man. I done tapped in with him on so many chart readings, bro. And like even down to now, bro. I'm like, didn't Rex say that shit was going to happen? God damn.
Once I heard Rex talk, I said, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. He telling you,
because
I got questions.
And this is thing and this thing that'll trip people out. when you want to know about making money, the best way you can make it, like say for instance, the way Kai can make money the best isn't the way I can make money the best, right? Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? That if she get in situations involving her second house and be like, hey, you can do it too. If your second house is if the planet they control, your second house is fucked up in the 8th house, you cannot do what she did. You see what I'm saying? Because she has a gateway open for her personally, right? So her transmuting that money for her is going to be easy. You might have Saturn with your shit. You're going to go do that shit. Like y'all say how some people get arrested for fraud and some people get famous for fraud and never get arrested.
Right.
Yeah, so you're going to steal credit cards and you're going to get in trouble. But the person who told you can do that shit, believe, they ain't them motherfucker paid and ain't got no case, ain't no PIs for real. So if you want money,
I feel like in my I know I get instant karma. I can't be out here doing no fuck shit. Because I remember growing up and I'm like, I did the same thing that this motherfucker did in the box.
Yo,
I'm scared of that shit. Yeah.
I was like, God, I'm like, God, you must hate me or something. So, but you're right. You know, some people can get away with certain things and some people can't. For me, I gotta trust.
Because they'll be like, Kai. Because they'll be like, Kai, you just told me to do this shit, and now I'm in jail. Yeah, for real. I'm like, you told me, and you. That's why I say, and you out drinking margaritas. You like, well, shit, man. I mean,
living your best life.
You're gonna be mad as hell. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So
I know that's right.
So that's a tip for everybody. If you really want to make you some money, work with the planet that rule your second house. But if you want to get paid, if you really want to get paid the maximum amount of money that you can earn, the 11th house, and Aquarius rules the house. And guess what Aquarius rules? Networks and connections. So if you come together collectively with people, that's what America is. In America's birth chart, this is what people don't understand. America's birth chart, in Vedic, their moon is in Aquarius, right? That's why America is a collective of financial corporations, right? Because guess what? The medical team is hooked up. Listen, the medical insurance people is cool with the government. The government and the medical team, they cool with the actual Disney Channel and everywhere you go.
Crooks.
Yeah, it's a collective systematic.
The whole
approach.
thing is a whole. They worse than the mafia.
It's like a conglomerate.
Yeah. You sick, get this medicine. The doctor's getting commission. The doctors, just.
Mm-hmm. And then the crazy thing about it is this would trip people out. If America, the country's moon, is influenced by Saturn, guess what? Labor law is gonna be fucked up over here. You see what I'm saying? Because Saturn controls the American mind, and Saturn is not a zodiac sign of fun. It's long hours, right? It's stress, anxiety. That's why a lot of people, we the freest country, but why is a lot of people on pills for depression, anxiety, and shit? Because America collectively knows that you can get money from pain. It's fucked up as it sounds, because if a person is hurt, they're trying to seek, you know what I'm talking about, being better. So if we charge them off hurt, the music, the sicknesses, the food or whatever, we can stay rich. And then they make a perpetual cycle to keep people enslaved in. So
absolutely. And that's how we can that shit back, is that the mind. And that if we heal and that we overcome the ego and that we evolve past our lower nature, our animalistic nature, and we kind of learn that self-control, this whole system is going to shut down. Now, they need our trauma. They need our unconsciousness to survive. And the more that the more that we awaken, the more that we become conscious of self, the more that we become dependent and more so focused on the actual needs of what we need internally. Because most people are realizing that you cannot find what you're looking for outside of self. So all of the music that you're listening to, jobs that you're getting, all of these things start becoming unfulfilling. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to go towards the guru. They're going to go towards the spiritualist. They're going to go towards the motivational speaker, because what they're looking for is here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're coming to. And I think that, like I said, like before we actually get there, where people start to really face their own demons, shit's gonna shake.
Shit's gonna shake.
Hey, y'all want to know something? Now I got a question. This is gonna be controversial, but it's about something that recently happened. What do y'all feel about the recent CEO shooting? I'm pretty sure we all have seen that lately. The CEO of United Healthcare, the biggest healthcare insurance company in America, was just gunned down. What do y'all feel about that? Because I feel personally, that's what I was talking about, the moving out of America and the more, because you got to remember, when you back people inside of a cage, they're going to retaliate eventually, sometimes in a very hostile way. So do y'all think more shit like that is finna start happening? Or how y'all feel about that?
They've been doing it.
They've been doing
the same play. It's the same play they do.
Yeah,
it hasn't changed.
But this is where
they have the same playbook, you know?
Go ahead.
My bad.
No,
I just feel like he was either about to say or do some shit, right? I don't think it was somebody who was like struggling that bad office to where as though they had to kill a CEO. I think he was about to do or tell some shit, and they sent some random motherfucker in there to make it seem like
it's a multi-billion-dollar business.
You feel what I'm
Listen,
saying?
we peeped the play already.
They
never changed the playbook. They never changed the playbook.
Right. He was about to compromise some shit.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And this is where we start becoming time. This is where, because this is the thing, is I feel like this is how I feel like, is that as long as they continue to kill the people that we look up to, the more that we don't want to come up, the more that we don't want to rise up. We're like, every time somebody comes up, somebody fights for us, and this, that, you get killed. So that scares people. That lets control out of chaos. But understand this, is that if we understood that as a collective and as a people and as one, and that as long as we're doing that for ourselves individually, that eventually there's going to be enough of us to be fully awakened to be able to stand up and back up those who are coming into to like.
Let's go. Come on.
If that makes sense.
Talk that shit. Excuse my language.
It's gonna come a time for that shit too. It's definitely gonna come a time for that, because it has to. Because if you look all throughout history, because if you look all throughout history, a resistance. Yeah. Could be, because a resistance always forms, right? Once the powers get too corrupt, people really get tired of that shit. You see what I'm saying? So I believe that strongly. The only thing about that is that it's trying to wake up, like we mentioned earlier, trying to wake up the people who don't want to wake up. They are going to be baggage. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be fully baggage.
Listen.
That was my lesson. Let that shit go.
Listen, they're going to get taken care of. But they're going to get out of our way. I'm going to tell you that. Sure. It's just in me. It's just in me. I ain't running. I ain't going nowhere. Like, how y'all want to do it? I'm just waiting on y'all, because I know where it's going.
Their dynasty is going to collapse. It's like every other dynasty has collapsed.
This is the only way we function. This is the only way we know how to shine the light, is when we get put in a dark type of situation.
So I got a question.
And then people think America can't collapse or fall. I'm like,
it is going to.
Exactly.
Just like Rome.
It can. Yeah, just like Rome. And then another crazy part, people don't think a World War III can happen, but I'm like, do y'all not hear the number sequence? This is the third one. A first one happened and the second one happened, and they probably didn't expect that shit.
When did the war stop? When did it ever stop? I'm looking around. When did it ever stop?
Absolutely, because this is the thing. Even when slavery stopped, slavery never stopped itself. It just went from chains to the chains of the mind. You don't have to put chains around. You don't have to put chains around a person who's already captivated within the mind.
Right. The war never stopped.
You're doing it for you. They're putting things on the music. They're putting things on your TV. They're distracting you from yourself to where they're
building cities like
that's true.
Nanobot technology. The war never stopped.
They making you want to do that shit.
Like we ain't in war. That's cool if you want to.
Absolutely. So the way to freedom is the freedom of the mind. Because once you free your mind, you free you. There's no
free your mind, and the rest will follow. Hey. When you said that, my info.
No, that's right. But that's something that we all collectively. That's something that we all hear and we all teach.
This is chestnut checkers.
Is the mentality, is the mind, which is the inner self, right? Because without that, without you changing the mind, the mentality, your perception of life, nothing in your life, in reality, will ever change collectively or internally. The shift happens within, collectively.
But this is what's got to happen for the shift to happen.
Exactly.
You said that?
Exactly.
It's got to happen this way so the shift can happen.
It happens, but it happens in fragments internally in each and every individual. And that's what we call the collective. Is us together as one, realizing that as we change our consciousness and our level of consciousness, the structure falls in reality. in this reality.
Yeah,
in this
like
space.
you know what, Kai, you know what? Like prime example, holidays. Off top, ever since that our people came out and exposed this shit, it's like holidays don't feel the same at all no more.
No,
If you really think about it,
absolutely. What is it?
not for our people, not really. You know, I mean, they celebrate it, but if you look outside, you don't see too many decorations. You don't see a lot of.
No.
It's just with
It's
Halloween, Christmas, because
It is
it's what
what-
you said. Yeah, people have woken up to like certain aspects of a reality, and so once we wake up and rise past that shit, it's no longer something that people really want to truly celebrate. I used to love Christmas time. I'm out here in Dallas. It's like Christmas don't exist out here, damn near.
Like, oh, damn,
we could do that with anything, and we can apply that with anything.
Exactly.
We can apply that with anything. That same move we just made. Look, we could do that move. I'm not talking about, but the ones who ain't. Hey, we can do that with anything.
We are all the Neos. You know how to go in the Matrix.
I don't feel nothing, and I ain't going nowhere. I don't feel nothing.
And we plug
Exactly.
out. Like,
some of us are the Neos, some of us are the Oracles, some of us are the Trinity, some of us are the Morpheus. But we all have a part to play in raising the vibrational consciousness of the consciousness. Because once we shift consciousness, then we're raising our vibration, we're raising our frequency. We can tap into other like a new level of awareness collectively, however you want to say it, but we cannot change nothing if we don't change our internal reality and the way that we perceive this reality. You know what I'm saying? That does not take away from the things that have to be done in this reality as far as the reconstruction of the matrix. Like this all, like to me, in the way that I see it, it all has to come to light. All those things, the Illuminati and this, that, and these people, this, that, it all has to come to light because we all have to know truth.
I say.
Yeah.
We all have to come into truth.
They don't want that shit.
To expand
on
it.
a higher note, right? What has been some of everyone's biggest successes this year? You know what I mean?
It's a great one.
Like, where do you feel like, oh man, I did that? You know what I mean? That moment this year.
Oh, for me, I think that my biggest success was learning to truly integrate and be accepting of my dark and my light aspect of self. Because I think that that's what's kept me in a loop. And like, oh, what am I going to do? Am I going to do this or that? Am I going to come out as this? Am I going to come out as that? Am I going to, who am I? What am I doing? Like how, and then I realized like,
they ain't never going to know what's going on with me.
They ain't never
That's
going to know.
mine too.
It's okay. It is okay.
Mine too. Yeah.
Right? Because you look at people all the time and like, you know, this person has this one strict away and this and that person.
I know, right? No.
Like you cannot put me in a box. I cannot even put myself in a box. And when I try to put myself in a box just to stick to one thing, I can't. I'm a creative.
I say to that.
I can't. You can't. You know what I'm saying? And so I naturally have to go with the flow of things. And you know, I have to move with inspiration. And I realize I cannot do anything inauthentically. If I really don't, I can't do it. I can't force feed like, you know how we get up and we force ourselves to go to work and we force ourselves to do this, down the third.
Right.
Like I can't do that. I have to move authentically. I have to, and I'm realizing like that's okay. I don't have to move like post. I don't have to post on this, down the third. I'm a projector in human design. I can't move like everybody else. So I'm looking at like maybe like, you know, for like Cecilia, I see you doing your thing, boo. And I'm like, okay, you know,
thank you, sis. You
know
too.
See, all of y'all doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And it just like, and I just came into this awareness like everybody does their own thing.
You see it on my lives. One day I'll be playing some meditation music. One day I'm playing DMX. One day I'm playing fucking old school 90s.
Exactly, and that's why I came into like my own truth, to where like, you know what? One day I might be playing Nina Simone. On Pandora. One day I'm slapping some Kendrick. Some day I'm slapping. The other day I'm slapping Sade. Like it does not matter. Or Janae Aiko or freaking.
That's why people love it.
I don't know, but all I know is that me walking in my truth and whatever that is in this moment, and I'll evolve as I continue to do the inner work and whatever else, that it's okay. And I think that's my success, is like finally being able to stand in that and not being apologetic in any way. And I think that that's where true transformation happens, to where you finally get on the path to your own journey and just like, you know, being free.
I think I think, my biggest success this year, I'm the most proud of myself for finally, um, tapping in not only to, you know, my darker side of self, but tapping actually into what my ancestors want me to tap into as far as ritual work, meditating more.
I'm
Because I'm
so
trying to
proud of
tell you,
you.
yo, I
Yes.
come
You
I
amazing.
I come from a fucking mindset of crab in a barrel type shit, like real shit that
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like I would never
Hell
expect me to be
yeah.
sitting there talking to y'all on this podcast right now. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
Oh,
for them
yeah.
to keep pushing me to continue to go further within my spirituality and me actually doing it, and then I see these results here, see these results there. You know what I mean? It
I'm
just
proud
make
of
me more
you.
proud of myself. You feel
I
what I'm saying?
say.
So
Mhm.
Hell yeah. I think that's a great thing too, because I think that like especially like being a Virgo rising and knowing that you're a Virgo too, like the hermit thing is like
yeah,
I'm comfortable in the background. You know
right,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like I'm comfortable like just doing my like whatever. But then like fully like I think that what helped me is like embracing my Venus and Scorpio and understanding that I'm just kind of like I'm naturally mysterious. I'm naturally like
Exactly. Yep.
I'm just not gonna put all my business out there and stuff.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly. And I had to get out of the mind frame of um man, I don't know, cause am I able to do this? Cause is this meant for me? I just had to get out of that mind frame and just do. And what I started doing, I started to see like, oh, I really am truly powerful. You know what I mean? And when I started seeing
Mhm.
that, I said, oh, let me go research this, let me go research that. And then I started hearing the messages, they started coming in clear. You know what I mean? And now I'm getting to that point where I can begin to see. You know what I mean? I don't speak on it much because as you walking through certain, phases, you can't even speak on a lot until you know. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's been an amazing journey this year, man. You know what I mean? And
Yep, yep.
another big success was connecting with y'all because whether y'all know it or not, every
Yeah.
last one of y'all has motivated me in a way that has uplifted me. I mean, I watch Ricky every day on Facebook,
Yeah,
Instagram,
you
the boy
do.
doing his thing. That boy on fire, that boy on Super Saiyan
I
right now.
see.
Oh,
You
I'm gonna
know,
stay on
but
it though.
you
Right.
feel me? And I'm tapped into the broadcast channel. So hearing him speak to the people who just outside of the social media, but inside the messages every day, man, y'all should hear some of the messages this brothers say on the
Mm.
voice
I
clips, man.
see.
Like it motivates me, it truly do. I got
He's
my boy
needed.
Rex
That's
over
why it's
here.
power there.
He
Mhm.
motivate me because guess what? Rex don't give a fuck. He keep me
Yeah.
motivated in that way to be like, man, stand in your motherfucking truth. You feel me? So meeting him was one of the best
Stand
things.
on business.
Yeah.
Real shit. So meeting him was nothing but a pleasure. You know what I mean? Kai as well,
Mhm.
because doing this cosmic connection thing is slowly like pulling that part of me that needs to come out. Like stop being quiet. Like
Yes.
let the world know you got a voice. You feel me? So this podcast has thoroughly helped me with my throat chakra. And of course, Cecilia, she has helped me in so many ways doing Akashic records, Reiki healing sessions,
I see.
always keeping me motivated. You know what I mean? Letting me know when I'm on the wrong path, when I need to, you know what I mean? And I knew we gonna tap in more. So you need
Yes.
to put
I
that
know. I
YouTube
got
link.
time with more than I do. Every
Yeah,
time I see
you
her,
You
she
gotta
gotta
on
put
go on
that
my
fire
YouTube
page,
though.
link
man. I'm
down
out
there.
here,
Absolutely.
man.
You do that thing.
Man,
I'm
I
out
love
Fire.
here. I'm out here. You just gotta, you
Right.
gotta. You'll see me. I'll pop up on your FYP, man.
but I
I'm
love
out
y'all,
here.
man. I love my people. So meeting all of y'all was another big success. So yeah, anybody else wanna, chime
Yeah, I
in?
just got one thing. Starting something and finishing it.
Mm,
Yes. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh
Starting a
God.
Mm.
project, starting it and actually really finishing it. You
Man,
know.
for
listen.
sure,
Oh God. That's
for
me. My
You
sure.
just you
ADHD.
I
just said
constantly
something to
was
my
jumping into
spirit.
one thing. I'm over here. I'm over there. I'm doing this. I'm
Yeah,
doing that.
that's
I'm in the
me.
I
crypto.
just
I'm in the
I
stocks. I'm in the
I
bonds.
just
I'm in the
wrote that in my
ETFs. I'm in
notebook.
I got so
the.
many ebooks I started.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
That's
my
free.
God. So true.
it.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God.
That's it.
That was a whole message right there. I
That
wrote that in my
was because I
For
notebook.
promise
real.
you, I got ADHD, y'all, and
I
that's
want to
my
speak.
specialty.
I speak on my 2024 because it was a lot of things like going back to like the physical thing, the physical aspects of the things that was happening, but what was happening in the spiritual aspect of it, of who I was becoming, was so powerful. Like it even
Mhm.
surprised me. Like I got hundreds of thousands of followers of my message now. I finished the book, another book. That's my fifth book.
Wow.
Damn,
I
that's what's up.
I taught a class every month And I wanted to go all the way back to something New said at the beginning, not recognizing how far you came because you worried about what's right there with the problem. And you don't even see, like, bro, you used to be doing something totally different. Just
right.
Like, sit in this moment. And I'm going to do that tonight. Man. That's what I'm going to sit. Like, y'all sparked it with having this for, like, I've been on, like, because I didn't care about time before, but now I'm on, like, a year recap because of this. And I feel like tonight, that's what I'm going to do. I got my sage. I got my, I'm going to because I'm like, like, you know how they send you the memories? They be like, this memory you had 1 million views this year. You like, what?
That's an accomplishment.
I'm just saying, like,
it's very vital that you do.
Yeah, because we keep going. We like, we ain't did enough. I need to figure this out. But other people like, man, look at you. Look what you did. You know what I'm saying? And you have to stand in that. So, and I've seen that with everyone that I follow, like even Kai and Brydell. I seen him with his clothing. He sent me something. He got me fresh. I got the oil on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, even looking at Kai, like from our interview before, you look way more mature or something. Like you got a glow. You had me quiet earlier because I could feel your power when you was breaking that down in a softer way than me. You know what I mean? And I see you standing in that, and you didn't keep that up because it's even further than before. I see that, and I haven't followed everybody else, but I really like Rex because he on that dark energy, and sometimes I go into that dark energy and that chaos. And I like Anu because she just. You know, you. Hey,
she got the hands.
But yeah, I'm ready. Whatever they want to bring. I like that. So all those aspects is good to have. So and Cecilia, I'm just meeting you, but
yes, pleasure.
You know, I got that sign earlier from what you said, so I just been soaking it in. But this year, it's been amazing. Hurricane, losing jobs, everything. It's been lovely. Graduations, things like that. So it's lovely. It's lovely.
And Brydell, you see this Brydell? Come on, man.
Brydell.
Oh yeah,
Brydell.
Hey,
come on, Brydell.
Big shout out to Brydell because
have my notebook ready. I have my notes, man.
Who's that?
Work. Brother Brydell.
Oh yeah. I know about brother now. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was here.
No, he was supposed to be here. He couldn't make it, but we gonna tap in with him, man. But that brother was definitely doing a lot this year.
I seen you a lot.
Yeah, two of his YouTube joints.
He'll be on. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can't see you.
You can't see me. I don't know what's going on with my thing, but it's all good. But
like
what I was saying, yeah, he's gonna be. He is gonna tap in with us. He had an event that he was like with his mom that was already like kind of going on, so kind of conflicted with time. But we will see him back on Kozmic Konnectionz next year.
He has
we'll be doing another definitely another panel discussion. But I think that another thing is, like for sure, what the new said is realizing and recognizing and just reflecting on how far that a lot of us have come, and just you know, because a lot of times we kind of lose track of things, just trying to continue to progress, and we forget that we have to go back to evolve too. You know, especially if we're doing shadow work and things of that nature, that requires us to go back
and looking at the positive things that happen, like going back and looking at the positives instead of just the shadow. Like, man, let me pat myself on the back for this. Use that energy to keep going in from there.
Just 14 years ago, I was in prison. I was like,
what? That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, truly. I mean, shoot, like about that time I think the first time I went to jail was for burglary. You know, I think that we forget where we, like, you know, because we've all evolved so much as individuals in general, right? And so going back to remember those places and those spaces where you were in unconsciously, just to see where you're at now is so necessary, because we forget, like, because building our confidence requires us to go back and give ourselves those accolades and those compliments, or just reassuring, validating ourselves in that form, because we tend to forget how powerful we really are to a degree.
And how much yourself gonna remind us.
Yes, how much power it takes to move from one, like, you know, from back in the day when we was doing this, that, and third to where we're at now.
Yeah,
to even be on
transition.
camera right now, to even be amongst y'all, to even
It's a
get noticed
powerhouse
that
right
way.
here,
This is
'cause we
this
moving
is an
energy
honor
right
right
there.
here. You
I
know?
say
Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
big
exactly.
right there.
absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that us, like, just, you know, just closing out this year is to kind of go back through however many years you need to go back to realize how much work that you put in to self. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have like a huge responsibility on our hands
Yeah.
to talk and speak our truth, and because a lot of people are look up to us in
When we
so many
talk
different
about
ways.
when we talk about losses, like we talk about loss of jobs or something that was taken from us. Now looking back, you see kind of like that was your propelling forward. Like
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
lost their jobs. I was told to quit my job, and I was like, "Spirit, you crazy?"
That's what I
Quit my
felt.
job. I'm a
No,
felon.
for
I
real.
just got this nice job making good figures. I just got hired. You want me to quit and do what?
Yes, and I can attest to that because I was guided to walk away from my job at the airlines, and
Wow.
I was like, come on, Spirit, like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Sat here at the
I was
job
a single mom at the time.
You know, just kidding.
I got bills.
No, for real. But I realized that the times that we're coming into and the position that we play, it's going to require us to not rely on anything but ourselves.
Ashe.
That's so real. Hey,
Nobody can take away from
That's a
something.
fact.
Nobody can take from you what you
we
built.
independent now. We got to do this
We're independent.
independently.
Real shit.
Also, right?
Nobody can take that
And,
from you. You
and
don't have
find
to
the
worry
others
about
to collaborate, but we got to have our own. You like you were saying earlier, use your gifts that you have. Your voice,
exactly. So you can
right?
solely focus on your mission, because if we're still like intertwined in the matrix in that way, you can't fully focus on what you're here to do. You can't fully focus on your self-development. You can't fully focus on your overall internal evolution or ascension in that way, because now you're still connected to the matrix. So disconnecting from that and fully focusing on it, you know, your purpose is going to require you to, like, your purpose is not only going to require you to show up for other people, but for yourself. Now you have to do the inner work to continue to move forward. So we have to disconnect from the matrix and from your 9 to 5 and things of that nature, because you're not going to, otherwise you won't be able to focus all those hours that you're putting into nonsense. I mean, whatever. Some people are whatever, but I'm no somebody else. But I'm just saying, as you know, we have to look at it that way. It's like, now you have the opportunity to where even if the world shut down, there's still people here that are needing you. You can't slow down the process of your evolution and the way that you're showing up for the collective. They can't do anything like that.
I think also, right? I think also, like, one thing I've been doing as well, you know what I mean? I've been writing down names, and I'm like, what role do they play in my life right now? Are they playing a role in my life as to where as though they're bringing me more harm than, you know what I mean, anything else? Are they bringing me more, you know what I mean, positive than negative? Are they helping me produce anything in my life right now? You feel what I'm saying? And not to be just on a tip where, you know, it feels like somebody has to do something for you. No, but how many people, right, in your contact list is adding value to anything that you're doing right now, right? And I had to sit back and ask myself that shit. I'm like, I'm just holding on to motherfuckers that was the old me, right? So now I gotta like let that, because if I don't let them go, that's telling the universe I'm still like holding on to that part of myself. I can't open a door for anything, you know what I mean, to come in, you know. So I think everybody should do that as well, you know what I mean. Go back and reevaluate every part of your life, even down to yourself. Like, how much did I produce this year? How much value did I add this year? You know what I mean? And really sit with that, you know what I mean. So that way, you know, the new cycle, you could come in and say, okay, all that shit is cleared out. I'm open spirit. My heart chakra is open. I'm ready to receive these blessings and move forward in the most positive direction. You know what I mean?
I've
done that. Yeah.
I gotta go, guys, but I didn't want to just drop the call. Peace to everybody. I say
I gotta go shortly too.
I'll follow all you guys. I can't wait for the next time.
Love you.
Guys We link
I
up.
knew what's your Instagram and your Facebook.
Remember who you are on
Remember who you are.
Instagram. Remember who
Yes.
All
you
right, I
are.
got you.
Remember
I
who
I'm
you
got you.
are.
probably. Are you on Facebook? I'm probably on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm under this name. The same
Okay.
name is in Facebook. But remember who you are on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I love you guys. I'm
Love you
so grateful
too.
for all
Love
of
you
you
too.
guys.
Thank you.
Keep
Nice to
going.
meet you.
We especially got to keep going for the haters. You know, I
Ashe.
love
Yeah.
them. I love them the most.
Ashe.
And
Yeah.
I love you guys.
I love
Peace.
you
You
too.
Love you
too.
more. Peace.
Ashe. And you know what?
9/11 when she dropped off.
You're
Mhm. See, she
hey.
catching him. You catching him.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why my camera's not turning on, but you know, it's all good. I'm still here. I don't know what happened to me, but you know what's. But you know what?
Absolutely.
It's
was a
been
good
a
live.
great yeah, it's been an
I'm about to do
amazing
my
live.
gratitude list after this for a show.
Yes, no, absolutely, because I think that this like for sure was needed. You know,
Yes.
not even just like to hop on here and just do what we do, but just even for myself individually, you know, because I think that I just feel like there's a huge shift that's taking place within the collective for sure, energetically, consciously, and we got to come together, you know.
Yes.
A lot of us are losing and walking away from and leaving behind things that don't serve us.
I say to that. I say to that.
It's not
And
necessarily anything personal, but it's vibrational. And
I
it's
just
we
really
are
want to thank all of you guys. You know what I mean? For like just being there. You know what I mean? Personally, you know what I mean? For me this year, you know what I mean? All of us have been there for each other in any ways that we needed. You know what I mean? And I truly love and respect all of y'all for real. Y'all play a bigger role in my life than y'all think. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what we all got coming up, you know what I mean, in this new cycle, because I know it's going to be big things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. I agree.
Agreed. All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys, everyone who tuned in, who watched, who had commented, liked. Hey guys, thank you so much. You guys, we're gonna come back
Wait
in
a
hard
moment.
in February. I'm super excited. Thank you, Ricky, Brydell, Rex, Cecilia. I knew like everyone, you guys. Thank you to those who weren't able to make it as well. Ife, I know she tried to connect with us, but her connection was a little off. And Lisa and Brydell, they have some things going on with the family, but nonetheless, we're gonna come back next year even harder. And
for
I'm
sure.
excited for that. You guys have a great rest of your
Thank you.
so-called New Year, whatever.
New cycle.
This cycle, absolutely. This cycle's ending and we're beginning a new one. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for tapping in. And is there anything else you guys want to say before we?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, you know what I mean? Y'all, everybody plug themselves in, you know what I mean? And let the people know that may be watching if they haven't followed you yet, all your platforms.
Actually,
I'm Cecilia P. Holmes. P is for Paris now. On Facebook, on TikTok is Connection to Ascension. I also have the Conjure Key group. It's a closed group, but you can join. I just have to scan energy. Wait. But yeah, that's it. You can catch me on Facebook because really that's where I be on most of the time.
yes, and you guys, obviously, you guys know me on Facebook. I have an event. I have a new ebook out. It's called Rediscovering Your Authentic Self: A Journey to
I gotta cop that.
Empowerment. That's out now. The link is in the bio or in the caption section. I have another event that's coming up in the Moon Room. This is regarding transformation, inner alchemy, things of that nature, and also have pastry on this up that will be we'll be talking about coaching, self-development, emotional intelligence, enhancing your spiritual abilities, and things of that nature on a monthly basis. It's all in the caption. If you guys are interested and want to tap in, check it out. Other than that, that's what I got going on. Rex?
Well, yeah, y'all already know. Listen, you can follow me on YouTube, Rex Angel Kane. What it is? Instagram, Rex Kane with 2 N's, and my new page, Inferno Rex. That's why I met the most. Inferno with 2 O's, because Facebook been trying to shadow ban me on my old page. So if I was on birth chart read, y'all already know where to come.
I say,
Yep.
There we go. Okay, computer. Yeah.
Oh, it's on me. Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, first off, I wanted to let y'all know I enjoyed this time. I hope the people out there enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all hitting me up. You know, like I said early on the last one, anytime y'all need me, I'm here. Y'all seen the vision before it all the way landed. So anybody that started at the beginning, I'm always willing to help you out where I can at.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, you can follow me, Prestige Speaks, like Brydell say. I'm coming every day, vibrate so high. Vibrate so high.
Dropping bombs on them.
Every day I'm coming with it. I might go into the shadow. I try to make sure I have a blend of teaching, preaching, and other exercises and just different topics that I try to hit on, but it's mostly metaphysical, spiritual, all these different topics. So, you know, check me out, Prestige Speaks, and that's everywhere. TikTok, Prestige Speaks, I'm there as well. And I got my new YouTube, Prestige Speaks, and check out my books, Mind Alignment series on Amazon. Got you.
I gotta
check it out. I go copy one.
Yep.
Y'all can follow me on Facebook at this name, Brydell Creighton, or you can follow my clothing brand line, Eyes Open Clothing. I'm going to be doing a lot of big things next year. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I got some states to go to because I have met some people in different states I'm going to be tapping in with. Also, you know what I mean?
Let me get that varsity jacket.
Oh, you already know. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say.
Hey, get that varsity.
That shit hot. I'm about to take his.
Yeah,
it's hard now.
That's all you had to say. You know I got you. But I just been tapping in on my talents. I got my conversations with my higher self series coming back because I really want to teach people how to tap in with their higher selves and give them, you know what I mean, my story of how I did it through, you know, content and engagement. You know what I mean? Yes. Also working on a men's mental health ebook because I feel like, you know, I've been through a lot of trauma in my life and it's just time to release that. So that's my way of releasing that. But it's also going to be an affirmation book as well. And yeah. So I just appreciate y'all. Me and Kyle, we're going to be doing a lot more this year with Kozmic Konnectionz. We're going to step it up a lot more. Y'all going to see a lot of different people. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's going to be great. And I'm fired up. Y'all, everybody that's been on here, y'all got me fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do something productive, man.
All right, you guys, thank you guys for tapping in. You guys make sure to follow us on Facebook, on YouTube. You guys can go to our Facebook, also leave reviews and things of that nature if you guys truly rock what we got going on. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your year, this cycle, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace,
family.
I'm right in there.
What I'm saying is you can't rush my greatness. I've been elevating daily on a mission for my people. All the love I've been receiving, got me oh so